Oh my gosh. Whatever, man. Like, this is how everybody was looking back then. In recent years, many people are stepping back from the non-stop digital life. Algorithms, apps, and constant notifications have made life feel rushed and exhausting. Younger generations especially are choosing to slow things down. They are turning towards analog things like vinyl records, simple flip phones, retro cameras, and vintage clothings. There's actually also a strong nostalgia for 2016 with the whole 2026 is a new 2016 trend that's been going around. And quite frankly, it was a time many remember as feeling more fun, relaxed, and less controlled by algorithms. Also, I will be attempting the 2016 look in this video, but I did not look like this, by the way. Like, this was actually how I looked like. I was attempting the Harley Quinn look from Suicide Squad, and to be honest, I think I was in a completely different part of the internet. Like, this was actually not the 2016 I remember. Like, I was on Musical.ly for like 2 months, then I switched to anime editing, and then I kind of sort of became a niche internet micro celebrity. But anyway, this shift is not just a short-lived trend. It is a deeper cultural reaction to being overwhelmed by technology. People want life to feel more real, more human, and more under their control. They want to own things instead of renting digital experiences, and they want technology to support life, not dominate it. And also, yes, I'm saying all this with an 18-hour screen time. This foundation is literally discontinued. This is how serious, okay, the nostalgia shit is for me. Like, I should probably throw it out, but like... hasn't really done anything serious, you know, like I'm not in a hospital or anything. There is a growing sense of collective fatigue with the current state of the digital world. Modern smartphones and social media platforms are designed to keep our attention at all times, creating what Dr. Jennifer Rolnick describes as a nervous system kept in a constant state of stimulation and arousal. Because of this, people often compare themselves to others. They often feel overwhelmed and lose confidence. Real-life conversations can start to feel harder than they should be. And to deal with this, some people are taking strong steps to take back control of their time and focus.
Flew to Germany without a smartphone to see if traveling really was better.
Some people even switch back to basic flip phones. I, however, personally use the Flora app, which is actually, it sounds like, it actually sounds like this video was sponsored or some shit. Like, no, I actually used this since I was in high school. It actually worked really great. Anyway, so yeah, the idea is to basically stop using phones for endless entertainment and use them only when truly necessary. By doing this, people choose to spend more time reading real books, enjoying hobbies they might have forgotten or hobbies that they stopped doing, and focusing deeply on things that matter to them. And obviously, as I mentioned, the move towards older technology is more than just for nostalgia's sake. It's also a practical response to the problems of the modern technology. Like, devices like vinyl record players and instant cameras and handheld gaming consoles offer more refreshing simplicity. And they're designed to do one thing and only one thing well, instead of having like one device that does almost everything. Ooh, oh my god, wait. I need to update my vocabulary. Anyway, but yeah, so these devices are obviously designed to do one thing, and without the constant sort of notifications and software updates or the collection of personal data, which is one thing everyone I think has a fear of, me included. I mean, duh. Like, why am I stating the obvious? Anyway, so some even talk about how, for example, film cameras not being able to see a photo right away adds sort of an attention and care to the process, and creating a sense of artistry that is often missing from smartphone photography. There's also a strong desire for real ownership, as I mentioned. In a time when so much digital content feels very temporary, people who own a DVD collection feels as though it's a nice to have something you own instead of paying for subscriptions all the time. And this feeling sort of points to a wider concern about streaming platforms removing content, and the fact that many digital purchases are only licenses rather than things you truly own. And retro technology stands by physical ownership. So a CD, for example, a CD bought in 2003 would probably still work, and a Game Boy cartridge from when the hell did they came out, like 1980? Yeah, 1989, can probably still be played today. And having something physical offers comfort and a sense of control that cloud-based digital systems often lack. Okay, so let's discuss a little bit about the whole 2026 is the new 2016 trend. Because you have a lot of people throwing throwback photos, like influencers and YouTube. Well, I mean, at the time, I don't think they were called influencers. I think they were just like social media personalities. You see people like YouTubers mainly and Viners sometimes. They would post these throwback posts of themselves, turning the nostalgia for that year into a major cultural moment, I suppose. And this feeling, I think, only resonates, like this sort of nostalgic feeling, I think only resonates mostly on just millennials and Gen Z. Oh, well, not all of Gen Zs. I think like the older ones mainly. I don't know where I fall in. Like I was 11, 12 at the time, but I was still conscious, you know? Like it's not like I wasn't aware of what's going on. But yeah, so that sort of age range who often see 2016 as the last simple era of the internet, a time before online life became sort of complicated and intense and overwhelming as it is today. From a cultural point of view, though, 2016 is remembered as sort of a colorful and carefree type of time. You have like matte liquid lipsticks. I just remembered the, oh my god, like Kylie lips. Yeah, you got that, and then you got chokers, and the height of the, I think mainstream wise the Coachella style was like the height of it. But on a deeper level though, this sort of nostalgia is really about how people remember chronological feeds filled with mostly with posts from real people. Right now with you can't actually hardly tell if something is AI or not, which is really scary. I would talk about it more, but it's not about that. And also the freedom to post cringy content for a small familiar audience rather than just trying to impress an algorithm or following trends. And obviously before the pandemic, before non-stop news cycles and before platforms were fully designed around being viral and parasocial relationships, and because of this, the memory of 2016 has, I think, become a powerful form of escape from the pressures of today's online world. But why this year specifically? I don't know. Like,
what do you mean? I don't know.
I always I think about this. I was like, well, why, like, when it was like 2025, why was nobody feeling nostalgic over that year? I think it's because it wasn't such, I don't want to say it's not a pivotal moment. It's not a pivotal year where like nothing great happened. I'm sure a lot of great things happened. I think that this whole trend was mostly from the point of view of like younger Gen Zs instead of millennials, because this was the time when we just started being conscious, I was conscious a while back. Like, I was actually, I was conscious itself, bitch. The fuck? But anyway, I meant, like, younger generation mostly this was the first time in their life they are aware of things. I think maybe we are probably painting it as a colorful year more. It probably wasn't. Like, at the time, it was probably a bad year for some people, but to, like, us, it was like, wow, we were actually outside more. I was outside. I was outside yesterday. I don't know what I'm saying we for. I think there is a shared theme behind all of this, and it's sort of like a wider attempt to rebalance the relationship between digital and analog life. It's not about rejecting technology altogether. I don't think it is, but more about using it like intentionally and thoughtfully with clearer limits. And people are searching for the freedom to sit with boredom and rediscover their own preferences and form deeper, more meaningful connections through real life conversations instead of passively scrolling through stories. And it values devices with clear purposes, media that can be truly owned, and fashion with history and meaning. And overall, it represents a cultural adjustment, sort of like an effort to regain control over, I guess, like attention, choices, and authenticity in an overstimulated digital world. Speaking of fashion, have you guys noticed that from 2024 to 2025, I don't think there is a clear fashion trend that represents those years. I think from from 2022 onwards, I don't think there's like, if for example, if like an historian looks back at those years, what would they say about the fashion trend at this time? Because throughout those years, it's basically just people recycling old fashion trends, stuff from like early 2000s. Or I was thinking about that. I was like, at least in 2020 and 21, we have like I actually don't know what you call it, but I'm just gonna put pictures here. I think there's a name for that. Let me actually probably look it up later. But yes, that is kind of it for this video, and I obviously finished my look. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you don't want to let me know, that's fine too. You can keep it to yourself. I'm not forcing anybody. Um, but yeah, like have an awesome time, you guys.